A lot of great places to get rich. You still have to build value. You still have to work. And there's certain pillars that you have to have.
To your point, $1 million doesn't seem like a lot these days, but it's still one of those goals that's really difficult for many to achieve.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you're in Los Angeles, that's solid lower middle class. And it's very hard to live the rest of your life in any level of comfort for $1 million. Honestly is.
Mhm. It is. But having said that, all of that aside, your bio is extensive, but it always is never quite as comprehensive, if you will, or I can never articulate it nearly as well as my guests can. So, given what you have going on and the shifts and changes that you have on a kind of an ongoing basis, uh, when somebody asks you, what do you do? What's your answer these days?
I'm an entrepreneur. I start companies, I get them to the point where they're saleable, and then I sell them. I am an inventor. I've developed multiple products, and currently I'm in the podcasting space where we get people booked on great podcasts. So I work a lot with coaches, speakers, authors, people that have high ticket products or services, and I get them connected with great shows where they can get on and tell their story. In addition
Now,
to that, I've been
yeah.
on the Amazon train since day one
Mhm.
that Bezos opened it up, and I teach an Amazon course, as well as help brands accelerate on the Amazon platform. We're one of the top firms in the country for the last 10 plus years standing.
I see so much around Amazon in the world that I'm sure that you see some version of it. Not that you're necessarily paying attention to it much anymore these days, but when you look at all of the TikTok and Instagram and all of the things that are saying to people, get rich, let me show you how, just because I've seen so much of it show up in my feeds, and I don't know why it shows up in my feed. I don't know if I Google stuff the wrong way. Anyways, it's there. I would like a comment from you in terms of you being the expert that you are and a top performer in that space. Is is any of that stuff real, or what is your comments on the TikTok get rich on Amazon conversation?
A lot of great places to get rich. My favorite way to get rich is fast. So far you've got me on all that stuff. Way beats slow rich. Fast rich is the best way to go. Amazon's probably the best way to get rich fast.
Oh,
Now,
interesting.
what that means is not that you don't have to work. What that means is not that you don't have to take risk. What that means is not that you have to think intelligently. What we see now on this whole TikTok, Instagram, social media craze that we see everywhere on the internet is aspirational entrepreneurship promises without delivery. And a
Mm.
lot of it goes to drop shipping where they tell people, hey, you gotta, you're gonna sell. I'm gonna tell you, you buy my course, I'm gonna tell you 5 products, you sell those, you're gonna get rich. I made this
Mhm.
much money, you're gonna make this much money. Well, the fact is, if that was true, everybody would be getting rich, but they're not. Here's the fact that I tell people when they join my Amazon course: you're probably going to fail. Most people fail. And in fact, even the people who succeed fail at some point. And the key from what we teach, which is private label, and we don't teach drop shipping because drop shipping is a short term play. I like people to build brands, to build value, and to be able to become master storytellers and to sell through story and to bring true value to the marketplace, to the people who shop on Amazon. And there's very easy ways to do that. Doesn't mean you're not going to have to work, doesn't mean you're not going to fail. But what I teach my students is that we learn from failure. It's not
Mm.
a roulette table where you put your chips on, black or red, you hope it wins, maybe you win, maybe you don't. If you do, you continue. If you don't, you walk away. It's more a game of, hey, let's develop a product. Let's bring value. Okay, we're going to try it. We might succeed a little, we might fail a little, we might succeed or fail a lot. But where the key comes in is us learning from those mistakes, making shifts and tweaks to what we do, and coming back and continuing to do it. So a lot of it has to do, what we teach is how you manage risk in your life, how you manage risk in your business, and how you can set up your business so when you do fail, it doesn't wipe you out. So that you know, hey, I am going to go out there to fail and I'm willing to take that risk because it's an educated risk and I'm willing to shift as needed to succeed. And it's the people who do that who win on the Amazon platform, not the people who buy the get rich quick, courses where it's like, man, I'm going to drop ship. All I got to do is buy, 50 iPad cases and, sell them on there and that's going to be great. It doesn't work that way. You still have to build value. You still have to work. And there's certain pillars that you have to have in place in order for that to happen. I know you talk a lot about mindset. Mindset is essential, but the mindset has to come from a place where you're comfortable. You have to have enough capital, where you're relaxed, where you can take those risks, and you don't have to worry about losing the bank on one decision. Now, with that said, this is what I'll tell you about Amazon. Pat, if you came to me and you said, man, I got some money. I want to start a business. I said, okay, what do you want to do? You say, I don't know, laundry, a restaurant. I'm going to buy a franchise. How much you need? 100 grand, 200 grand, 500 grand. How quickly are you going to get rich from a dry cleaners, from a coin laundry, from a car wash that you invest
Yeah.
$500,000? Are you going to get rich? No, you're going to need dozens and dozens of locations and management. And, it could be 20 years, 30 years, 10 grand, 20 grand on Amazon. It's very possible. And I know multiple people, and I can show you over and over again how they've sold those Amazon companies that they started for next to nothing, under 10K. And now they're making 150 grand a month. Now they sell those companies for 8 figures, for close to 9 figures. It happens all the time and continues to happen.